Okay. Hello, everyone. Atelihai, Sugi, Hugi. Welcome, everyone, to Makitatsiatuq Virtual Fitness. Today is our lower body Friday, so we're going to be getting into our calves. So last week, we worked on our glutes with Paige, which was awesome. Thank you again, Paige, for taking over. And so before we get into it, I just want to thank Sport Canada and Canadian Heritage for funding the Yungitude program, which Makitatsiatuq is a part of. I am Baskin, the program coordinator for Makitatsiatuq, and I am joined today with Paige and Brian from the Toronto Inuit Association, so my colleagues, and also joined by Taylor. If Taylor would like to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Taylor. I'm originally from Inuvik in the Northwest Territories, currently residing in Toronto. My fitness background is mostly cycling, just recreationally, getting from A to B. I also do some dance and go to the gym. Yeah, hi.
Awesome, great. Thank you for joining us today. It's always nice to have some fresh faces on camera, especially for people watching. I know that for sure. Yeah, so without further ado, I guess we'll get into the warm-up. So the first thing that we're going to do is get up on our feet, and we're going to do our calf raised farmer walks. So of course, if you have some weights, I recommend getting those as well. But again, this is just a warm-up, so you don't have to burn yourself out. So we're going to be taking 20 steps. So we're going to get into that calf raised position, so on our tippy toes, and we're going to be taking those steps. So I'm counting 5 forward, 5 back. But you can totally do this any way that fits your room or wherever you're doing these workouts. So after you've taken those 20 steps, we're going to get into that second part of the warm-up. So just starting there, we're just starting to warm up that soleus and the larger calf muscle along the calves. And now we're going to get into some wall calf raises. So we're going to ideally use a space on the wall where you can do a wall sit, and then we're going to lift our calf muscles back down. We're going to do 10 of those. So again, finding a flat surface, a wall, something that you can support your back with. You want to get your knees about 90 degrees. And you're just going to lift those calves. If you're wearing socks and you are sliding on the floor, you can totally take those off. So again, setting yourself up against the wall. Just doing 10 wall sitting calf raises. So you're sliding your back up against the wall, lifting with your calves up and down the wall. So much like a traditional wall sit, adding in that calf element, great stuff. If you want to make it more difficult, you can also hold in that calf position, which will really be difficult, really burn those calves. But just for a warm-up, 10 of those is great. The third exercise that we're going to do for our warm-up is just some leaning calf raises. So we're really trying to get all the angles here. So finding a place where you can lean onto a wall, and you're going to, again, like you're going to do a wall push-up, leaning, pushing those calves in. So you want to try to get yourself diagonal as much as you can, bringing those heels back, up, back, and up. So we're really pushing that tension on our heels. Again, just doing 10 of these. So again, really trying to warm up those calf muscles. So right now, I'm feeling just a slight warm up, which is great. And we're going to finish off with a elevated toe calf raise. So now we just want to have some type of a block, ideally, maybe like a stepping stair, something like that. For myself, I have just a ledge leading out to my balcony. And essentially what you're gonna wanna do is lean your heel off and below the ledge. So dropping the heel below the ledge, dipping the heel below, raising up, dipping the heel below, and raising up. So what that would look like is my foot is dipping, raising up, dipping, and raising up. So just having some type of block. If you're using a yoga mat, you can even roll that yoga mat up and create yourself a little ledge, as you can see, where you can dip your heels and lift up. So just doing 10 here. Whew. So just like so. But again, ideally, if you have steps, use those, just dipping the heels off. But you can totally fold up a mat, bring out a little block, a brick, stepping stone, anything like that. So now that we have sort of come back from that, we're going to start our workout. So the first thing that we're going to do, again, just some standard leg raises, and we're going to go through those leg raises to some calf rocks, to some calf jumps, and finally some donkey calf raises. So that's calf raises bent over on a platform. We're going to go through that 5 times. Now the reps, I recommend anywhere between 10 to 15. If you're not using weights, I would go to the more repetitious side, so I would go to 15, doing more repetitions. If you are using weights, heavier weights, I would do 10. Because again, we're going to do all these exercises 5 times, so we don't want to burn ourselves out. So first thing that we're going to do, I've got my weights here, and we're going to start with our feet facing outside, so about a 45-degree angle. And we're going to do 1 calf raise here, toes forward, calf raise, toes in, calf raise, back out. And we're going to do that 10 times. Take your time. It's difficult to get the footwork right. So if you have to just slow it down to make it work, more power to you. So what we're doing is we're really tightening those calves and working out each part of it. The benefit here to pivoting around the ankles is actually kind of what we were talking about earlier about Taekwondo, or I guess Muay Thai, any type of twisting, any martial art with twisting, power kicks, anything like that. You're getting that additional calf workout by pivoting those ankles. So after you've done those 3 10 times, we're going to move into some calf rocks. So calf rocks, again, if you have weights, totally up to you. Getting into, again, that same kind of calf raise position, standing straight. You're going to rock back onto the heels, up, back onto the heels, up, just like so. Using balance as best as you can. Again, really trying to flex the toes up and then back into a calf raise. So we're stretching out the soleus when we go back. And again, working out the larger calf muscle. Same thing, doing these 10 to 15 times. Whatever as you feel that burn. After 10 calf rocks, we're going to get into those calf jumps. So calf jumps are going to be great for trimming and toning the calf muscles. And so getting into that same always calf raise position. Imagine that you're skipping rope. You're going to be pushing, using your calves, slight bend in the knee, pushing upwards with the calves. So same thing. We're going to do that. In your head, if you can count out 20. Again, you can ideally do more. Adding weights to it, of course, will really turn that into an intense calf workout. But ideally, you want to really dig your toes in and flex them as you come up. Whew. So, starting to feel that for sure in the calves. Whew. Now, after that, we're going to get into some donkey calf raises. These are going to be a little bit more intense. We're going to be bending over, putting our upper body into it. Again, using our upper body as a weight. Shoulders are square, hips are square, and we're going to be pushing with those calves, trying to keep our back straight. And again, if you're not using weights, which most of us won't be unless we have a weight belt, we can ideally go for that 20 mark.
I'm doing that on my office chair, which is adding an extra amount of core stability. It's fun.
So, great calf workout already. I'm certainly feeling extremely warm in my calves. So as we're going through these workouts, of course, totally go at your own speed. Use whatever weight is best for you. Rest as often as you would like. We're going to take about 30-second rests in between. And I recommend, and I'm definitely going to do this, I recommend stretching out the calves in between each of these workouts. Totally a good idea. So even if that's just flexing the toes back, resting those calves and just stretching everything out, or leaning on an object and stretching them, really whatever works for you. About 10 more seconds here. All right. Blue. I always feel bad, like well, they're not like locked away, you know, they're with my partner and everything's fine, but I always have to bring my pets out of the living room. They'll just all over me. They won't let me work out in peace. Whew. All right. So getting into the second set of the workouts. So we're going to be doing those same movements again. Now that we've gone into it, you can probably better gauge where you're at in terms of the workout and totally go at your own speed. So starting with the outside, middle, and ins. Same thing, up, middle, and in. Again, just getting that up to 10 times. So that would be 1. But again, go at your own speed. So already feeling this first part of the workout, which is a really good sign. Just 2 more here for myself. Just like so. After that, we're going to get into those calf rocks. So same thing, standing by and just rocking back, up, back, and up. Really trying to pull those toes back. Whew. Again, after those 10 to 15, wherever you're at in the workout, moving into those calf jumps. So same thing, adding just a little bit of tension in your knees, just so you're not causing injury. And again, 10 to 20, depending on your weights. I'm going weightless, so I'm gonna do about 20. And after that, we have those donkey calf raises. So same thing, bending over, squaring everything, keeping that back straight, feeling that stretch in the calves, and working from there. Whew. Wow, so good job. Good job, totally getting through it. That was our second. So of course, we tried to go for anywhere for 4 to 5 sets. I'm gonna aim for 5 in this session, but if it ever is too difficult, of course, 3, 4 is enough. Just really doing anything is good enough. Whew. So back into that 30-second rest. I'm really going to be focusing on my calves. Again, always stretching them out. Massaging them, great idea. Foam rollers, or even a tennis ball, is so great for the calf, just to roll on. So if anybody who's watching wants to roll out their calves, totally recommend tennis balls. Any type of ball, I guess. About 10 more seconds left. All right. So once we're all ready, going to start that third set. So we're doing pretty good, halfway there. And starting with those outs, middles, and ins, creating that V, straight forward, and a triangle. If it's hard to count each 3 in the set, you just imagine doing 30. After those, getting into those calf rocks. And again, flexing those toes up and pushing them down into the mat or the floor. After those, getting into those calf jumps. So of course, adding some suspension into your knees, just a little bit of a bend will help isolate the calves and prevent any injury from landing. And of course, finishing it off with those donkey calf raises. Bending over. Trying to keep everything as square and straight as possible. So, great stuff. Oh, the foam roller. Yes. Oh, man. You know what? That's a good idea, you know? Kind of envious. I got to go grab something.
I need to roll out the quads too because I'm still so sore from Wednesday's workout with the deadlifts. So I just need an overall like big stretch.
Yeah, I need a like touchless car wash that's made out of foam rollers that I can just walk through because everything hurts so much right now. My calves feel good, but they also feel like they're like 120 degrees. So I feel like I really need to keep them moving.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's a really good workout. I'm certainly burning up in the calves.
Taylor, how are you feeling?
I'm good. Let's see. Oh wait, am I still okay? No, not muted, right? Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I've never done like a calf specific workout. It's definitely intense. But so far so good. Still thriving.
We're doing good. Paige is already running through it. So again, if everybody's ready, opening up, then to the middle, then in. We've only got one more after this one. And we could do that well-deserved cool down, which we're all definitely going to need after this. Whew. Whew. After that, getting into the calf rocks. And again, really trying to lift those toes and dig them into the floor. into those jumps. Again, just a little bit of suspension just to isolate the calves. And again, really try to push with your toes. Just doing some bunny hops. And then into those donkey calf raises. So again, everything's squared. Of course, if you want to make any of these more difficult, you can add that rocking motion to them. And especially in that donkey position, you're really going to feel those calf rocks. Whew. All right, good job, everybody. One last set.
This is not workout related, and I know that they're not watching, but I want to give a shout out to my my best buddy Dave Lalonde in Halifax, and his wife Sarah Francis, who like just now had their second baby. Super exciting.
That is awesome.
I won't share the picture they sent. That feels like a bit of an overstep, but very cute.
That's great. Maybe the baby can join us on live.
Get those calves rocking.
Yeah, exactly. Baby's first farmer walks, you know? So we've got about 10 more seconds left. Whew. But totally rest longer or shorter, whatever anybody wants to do. 5 more seconds. Whew. All right, and then we'll get into the last part of this warm-up.
Yeah, I think it's really important to mention that we do all go at our own pace, even though we're doing it together. So please, everybody do the same thing. You might see Paige like just sports carring past all the rest of us. And I'm generally trying to double up some numbers because I don't work out nearly as much as I'd like to. But yeah, just get on, right?
All right. So same thing, just those open middles and ins. Yeah, your calves really start to slow down during these last sets. Maybe I should speak for myself. Whew. On to our final calf rocks. Whew. And then into those calf jumps. So we're really going from strength focused exercises into really quick, I believe they call them supersets, but really quick movements involving those major muscles. So again, great for toning. And great for just natural strength building. And then into the final exercise of today. Workout exercise, I guess, into those donkey calf raises. And again, if you want to make those more difficult, you can add those calf rocks into it, and you'll really feel that in the lower part of the calf, so the soleus, as well as the ankle flexors. So, whew. Whew. And there we go. So, great job, everybody. We've done, whew, I mean, at least 50 of each of those exercises. Probably definitely closer to 70 if you're pumping in some 20s there. Whew. But great job. Certainly a great job. My calves are burning. And it's a good time to transition into that cool down. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to, again, use a platform again. For me, I'm just going to use this couch. And we're going to be doing an elevated calf stretch. So straightening out those legs, lifting them above your body, resting your heels onto a surface, and really trying to pull those toes back. So of course, just reaching is going to add that pressure onto the calves, and you're going to stretch them out. So if you can't grab onto them, like I probably can't, then you'll get this deep stretch anyway. So 30 seconds here. I've talked for 10. So we've got 15 more. Whew. Good job. So really great elevated stretch. Just adding that elevation, putting that body weight on top really adds to a deeper stretch in the calves. Now we're going to do a similar thing, another elevated stretch. We're going to go back to that block or stair that we were using. So, sorry, Paige, I know that got to walk around a bit, but we're going to get onto that elevated platform. We're going to dip the heels below, and we're going to just rest in that position, again, stretching out that soleus, the ankle flexors, and of course, the large calf muscle. So for myself, coming over to my trusty doorway, and pushing those heels down. If you can, I have something to grab onto, so I can, but if you can try to stick your hips outwards, you'll get a much deeper stretch in the calves. So again, 30 seconds, anything that pulls the toes in, stretches those heels. Whew. I got, gotta say, I got pretty intimate with the dream catcher that I have on my door, but totally worth it for the stretch. I just, maybe the spiders won't appreciate my beer sweat, but you know. Anyway, so a great one just to do that heel drop stretch. So we're really changing the position of the ankle, dropping that heel below the toe, stretching that out. Of course, you don't need a platform to do that. You can pull the toes back. I just find that using gravity is the best way to stretch out those muscles. So into our second last exercise, we're going to be doing a bent knee calf stretch. So We've definitely done this one before. We just go onto that platform, leaning onto it. So for myself, I have my little, I don't know what you would really call that, but a you know, TV system thing. I'm gonna be resting on it. So just placing similar like how we had before. And you're really gonna want to get that one knee bent. And we're gonna try to drive those toes, drive the knee past the toe. So again, opposite to a heel drop, we're really trying to push in that calf. For myself, I'm using the post to rest on and just letting gravity do that stretch. So 15 seconds each side. And then releasing, switching sides. Again, really trying to stretch that calf out. So by resting, I'm just letting my knee rest in a natural place and just stretch that knee out, stretching out the calf, as well as that front flexor on the ankle. Whew. So good stuff. Just 15 seconds each side, stretching out that calf. I'm already starting to feel a lot better. It's not as hot anymore in my calf. And now for the final calf exercise, we are going to essentially lift our knees up, try to push the toes down. So not using any other weight, any other things, just pushing the toes down, holding this 30 seconds. So when you're pushing the toes down, you're flexing the calves. So imagine that you're pushing the calf muscle up towards your knee, just pushing those toes down. You'll find that it's not necessarily as much of a stretch as it is just uncomfortable, feeling the shakiness in your calves, but you're loosening out those muscles.
I'm getting toe cramps.
You're getting toe cramps? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, just the toe cramps. I guess alternatively, if you want, you could do a bridge, but I don't know if that might be a little bit harder on the calves to do the bridge stretch, or harder on the toes, but both work. Both work very well, flexing those calves, stretching them out. Sorry about the toe cramps. Whew. But anyways, we have gotten through our workouts. That was the full thing. We've done our calf warm-up, calf workout, and the calf cool down. So again, I hope that cool down worked for everybody, but of course, if it didn't, more than welcome to do more stretches, do these stretches over again, longer, whatever works for you. We also have a multitude of videos just on stretching by itself. So we have a lot of resources. I don't know if anybody else has to say anything after that, but totally a good workout. Thank you all for joining us today. Special thanks to Taylor, of course, for coming out on live with us. That was very awesome. So thank you all. Whew.
Thank you. Right.
Awesome. All right, take care, everybody. See you Monday. Bye-bye.